Okay, so I'm Tanja Loktionova. I'm the founder of Values Value. We've been operating since 2017, and we are a women-led team with 5 partners in operations and another one who is out of operations, also a lady, and we have one more nominee for a partner for the next year. So the goal is for every one of the employees to become partners one day. Of course, we have male employees, but they are underrepresented and they are underpaid compared to our female employees. And even our informal chat in Telegram is called Babavshina, because there is Dedavshina and we have Babavshina. Okay, but these are all jokes because we're super focused on ethics, on diversity, inclusion, belonging, and integrity, on building women in games representation here in Cyprus, and I represent the women in games as an how do we call it? Ambassador. Yes, I'm an ambassador. This is my first talk as an ambassador. Yes. And I'm also a co-founder of a job portal, InGame Job, for the games industry as well. And I'm also a mother of 3. The elder one is, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. The elder one is almost 16, and the youngest is 8 months. And it is a journey. Yeah. And I have to negotiate a lot, but of course, as an ex-C-level manager at several game development companies and as a founder of a recruitment agency, I see dozens and hundreds and maybe throughout my career, thousands of salary negotiations, and I want to share with you some insights. So please, the next, So again, we base every talk in my team on data. And here are the sources of data. We run the salary reports for around 8 years, and we have gathered around, or maybe more than 10,000 responses, again, more than 10,000. We also monitor other resources, and we have very deep insights from our job portal on the market representation and so on and so forth. That is why there are some sites. Yeah, it's okay. There are some sites, some true sites. When I asked for a raise, they basically told me that my hobby brings home enough bacon. And this is true. This is what some people say. For example, if it is a power couple, and the potential employer knows that the husband earns quite well, he's less open to negotiations and to raising the salaries for his partner. I was all like, yo, what's the deal with the annual bonus you promised me? And they were like, now you already got a raise during your probation, so no bonus for you. And in some usual world, the woman would say, oh, okay, there's something wrong with me. I'm not enough. I didn't do enough homework and work. So I showed them an offer from another company and was like, look, I won't bounce if you bump up my salary. And they were like, okay, cool, you're promoted. But then, like a month later, they found someone to take my place and gave me the boot. And I know a company that is 3,000 employees strong, whose strategy with counter offers was just like that. When a person comes with an offer, they negotiate for a cool counter offer, find a substitute, and fire the lady or even the gentleman. So what do you do with this? So the first one that we state here is study the market situation. So whether, for example, the games industry is growing or not, whether the investments in your field are booming or they have slowed down. What about the economic forecasts, and so on and so forth. So you need to know the market, and you need to know the salaries and the compensations on your market. The more you know about the situation, the more you know how, for example, male or without figuring out whether this is a male or female, how much people are paid. It gives you enough data to decide on your salary. And I guess that if you trust that you are a good professional on this or that level, you need to ask for at least 75 percentile. It means like the upper 25%. And it's okay. This is what men with the healthy self-esteem do. Another thing, no, please, back. You need to know the condition in the company you work at or are going or trying to get a job at. So their customers, the trends, the economic situation, the history of IPOs, investments, layoffs, and so on. And the main here is the third. You need to evaluate yourself. Ask your questions. What values, what valuable impact, what valuable products that can be measurable, or the results of my job that can be measurable, I can introduce or have already introduced to the company. How much how much am I worth on the market? What is my true value? How much do I don't know, experts or consultants earn per hour on the same position or on the next level of position? And sometimes you really need to study not your current position, but the position above, because maybe you are already there, but you just need one more step. Okay, next. So it's just like with kids or with anyone else. Listen actively during the negotiations, communicate clearly. So if you don't know what you want, you won't get what you need, yeah? Because if you cannot say that, I want this and that, salary, promotion, job, title, and so on and so forth, in a year, in a month, in 5 years, in 10 years, your employer won't give it to you. But you need to find the common ground, sometimes be flexible, and manage emotions. Because very often, what male managers really do, they say, oh, you're too emotional, you cannot manage yourself, how can you manage others, and so on and so forth. So you need to be super prepared, super self-assured, and manage your and your manager's emotions when he's so surprised on your desired salary. Okay, next. So we see the history of how people are typically getting a salary raise during the career in the games industry. So this is only with the European survey. With our previous surveys with the Russian-speaking market, it was very different. So here we have 35% that employer gave a raise after a planned evaluation. And then we see here are almost male, I think. Almost 27% negotiated a raise with my employer. And another very significant how we call it? Point, yeah. I looked for a new job and chose an offer with a higher salary. Okay, next. I'm so sorry. Is it okay if we open the door? Because I'm going to pass out. Oh, thank you so much. So how was your salary usually formed when you changed jobs? The employer gave the salary I asked, I didn't change the job, and my salary depended on the offered range. But you see, yeah, there is a very tricky thing. The employer gave the salary I asked. Sometimes women expect that they will be so shy and so modest, and their potential employer will evaluate this and would say, oh, she is so nice and she underestimates herself. I'll offer her more. But no, ladies, this doesn't happen. Mostly you get what you ask. And very often you are offered, at least in 10% cases, and you will see it on the next slide, please. You will be offered less than you ask, or at least you will be offered less for the probation period and the amount that you expected after it. I know only one company here in Cyprus that has it as their process, normal process of giving offers higher and sometimes significantly higher than the range of expectations of the candidates. So all the rest won't give you more than you ask. We also have here, how is your salary usually reviewed after I wanted to leave? I guess here in the European research we have only 6%. I guess if we have some HRs or recruiters in here, are there someone from HR or recruitment? Yeah? Yeah, oh, not so many, not so many. They would prove that some, especially developers, have this as a part of their promotion routine, having offers and coming for a counter offer, expecting to have this salary raise. I don't think that this is a proper way to get salary raise, especially if you feel in a weak position. Okay, next. So with the current employer, first, we do not start with a threaten to quit. So it seems to be a strong position, but in fact, it is a very weak position. When you blackmail and when you threaten to quit. I don't think that I need to give more point on this, yeah? I think it's quite clear. The only thing is, the next thing is not to be afraid to initiate the salary negotiation. This is quite okay, especially at the time when, for example, you have your yearly promotion, your yearly, yes, performance review, thank you. You have your yearly annual performance review, and this year you didn't have it. Yes, maybe someone forgot it, but I must say that it can be a part of the shadow layoffs in your company. I know a company that was more than 3,000 people strong, another 3,000 people strong company, that laid off more than 700 employees this way. They didn't raise, they didn't pay bonuses, they didn't give counter offers or any other reason for the employees who were willing to quit to stay. Okay, next. With a potential employer. So we need to be brave, and not only brave, but we need to be self-assured, we need to be self-confident, we need to know our own value, and truly believe in the number that you name. So you didn't, no. you just need to be really self-assured. Then work so well that recruiters want to hunt you, yeah? It's a part of a bias it's a part of the industry traction, and so on. In IT, if you are being headhunted or proactively recruited, you can get more than if you are applying on a job portal, for example, my job portal. Okay. So conferences, media, social media, so on and so forth. So be visible, be an expert in your field. And you also need to document all agreements and ask not only about the salary, but what is the procedure of performance review and salary review in your company? When is the next time that I can address or expect my salary review? If I promote, what are the possible bonuses? And so on and so forth. And you need to write it down and remember it. Another thing is, next please. Yeah, another thing I wanted to mention, and that is not here on the slides. Where do we get this self-assuredness and this true belief in our market price? I'll call it even this way. You can have friends in the industry to ask them, but you can also log all your success, and you can also log even if this is NDA, but at your current job. You can log every input you have made in this company and what you can count and what you can name. And you can also log your professional growth and your input into the company. And when you come to that performance review, or when you initiate that negotiation, you do not say, oh, you know, the prices are so high. Oh, you know, the negotiations, oh, you know, there is inflation. Oh, you know, my partner is sick. Oh, you know, the kindergarten is too expensive. It makes no sense to your employer. They pay you only for your results, passion, and your energy. Some pay for hours. That is why you need to know that. And maybe if you won't be heard, but it will really help you create a successful CV when you have all your results countable. Another thing is that we should not only look at the gross salary or the net salary, because there are also perks that sometimes are not very important for the young candidates, like full-scale medical insurance. But if I was offered a full-scale medical insurance for my whole family, and maybe cats, then these are numbers. Every perk you get, it can be counted. And especially if you're focused on education, you can ask, what is the monthly or annual budget on internal and external education in your company? What education do you get? Do you pay for certifications? And so on and so forth. There are also companies, and I think you know in your niche, everyone knows such a company, that if you get there with no matter what salary in a year and a half, you will be paid 30, 50, 100% more. This is an investment into your future career, and it is possible to choose this future investment, vice versa, your current salary. Sometimes, and especially for moms, flexible hours and opportunity to work from home or to combine office and home work, remote work, is worth hundreds and thousands and everything. Yeah, so that is why you need to choose wisely and count wisely. And next, yes, there were perks and benefits. Please get back. So I think you have powerful phones if you want. Yeah, you will get the presentations, so you will see. Yeah, so how much people get, what percentage of people get what perks and benefits most often, and they all have a money value. Yeah. Yeah, cool office. But it's mostly for the juniors. But the juniors are, they're motivated by everything. They're super happy. Okay, so on the final slide, and the final word. So value yourself, and know the market, and don't be afraid.